little bit late coming in this morning, so we're just going to cut the intro there. BobbethTV is live. You know what that means. Another episode of Mud Mule TV coming your way. We're in the middle of the 3-day championship week for the grassroots racing series. Let's get over to our race screen as practice has just wrapped up. Qualifying will be kicking off very soon. We're going to get to some heat race action. Just wait for the screens to update. There we go. So where this is, of course, the Knuckleheadz iRacing League's grassroots racing series. Apologies if my voice sounds a bit congested. I've woken up and feel terrible. We've got the Dirt Legends, the Ford 1934 Coupes here at Lincoln Speedway. We're in Abbottstown, USA. Tombstone 1914 in the chat. Something's going on with Twitch. It was working okay yesterday. It looks like it's playing up again today. I'm not sure what settings have changed either on Streamlabs or Twitch, but it works perfectly on YouTube, Facebook, and Kick. So I don't know what is going on there, but it looks like it's playing up again this morning. Someone said it was okay yesterday, but I just double-checked, and it looks like it is playing up still. All right, the 92, that is Wayne Bridges. 99's Michael Mad Dog Davis. A couple of cars already out on our screens. We have a track map for that. We don't have a Lincoln track map. So 20.06 is the quick time by Trenton Clark. Brian Angel comes in with a 19.732. Mike Manise 19.310. Wayne Bridges 19.375. 19.554 for Mike Davis. Chris Danridge 19.5. So some of those times as they get the cars up to speed, definitely improving. Two races coming up today. This one here at Lincoln Speedway. Then we're going to head on over to Eldora, Rosberg, USA for the what do we have over there? The 350M Modifieds. So two races here today. One more to go before we get to the championship battle. The current points system has been updated. So Travis McDonald is our current championship points leader with 3 races remaining. So he's on 289. Mike Manise 279. So just 10 points separate those two and the championship. So speaking of the devil, there he is there on our screens in the Hot Wheels machine. Travis McDonald. That one right there. That's the what says 17 on a screen, but I believe that's the 11 of Jonathan Foxworth. Oh, yeah, 17 on his car. It is the 29 of Jonathan Foxworth. Sorry, the 11th placed. He got himself up into 6th with a 19.336. 13 cars have registered for today's race. No, 14.15. We've got a couple of late entrants right at the end before qualifying, just now, before qualifying has ended. I don't know if they'll get in on time to get qualifying done, but Tom and Matthew Land have also joined this battle. Brian Angel, quick time 18, a 888. He's just the only driver to crack that 19-second mark. Wayne Bridges 19.062. Matt Webb there with a 19.174. Kelly McKellen, thanks for the share. Thomas Dennis, thanks for the like. Appreciate you, boys. Got a bit of racing to come your way here very soon, so should be underway in just a few moments, actually. right. Qualifying is done and dusted. Let's get my screen set up on this side so we can get this first heat race noted. All right, heat 1, 5 cars. It's going to be Brian Angel and Matt Webb on that front row. Jonathan Foxworth and Chris Standridge are going to be on that second row. Kelly McKellen on that third and final row. Yeah, Thomas said Twitch. Yeah, someone said it seemed to have come right yesterday, so I assumed it was fixed, but it doesn't seem to have corrected itself. So I'm going to have to do some more work on that one. I know that YouTube, Facebook, and Kick are working fine though. If you do want to watch over there, you're obviously watching on Facebook, so yes, obviously you know that too. But I'm not sure what the actual issue is with that. Excuse me. All right, here we go. Pacecast left the track. Green flag has been waved. We are racing. On the book now watching. Yeah, it's bugging me. I don't know what the problem is. I have to spend the day looking at it, I think. All right, Brian Angel, Matt Webb, Chris Standridge, Jonathan Fox. Whoa, there's been a bit of a contact there. Looks like Jonathan Foxworth had a bit of a run, had to check up, and has crashed. That's brought out our first caution. Let's watch that one play out again. But yeah, you'll see the guys will all group up a bit here. 17 and the 22. And yeah, it looked like the lead car just sort of cut down in front of them, and Jonathan had to avoid that. We're not on the leaders because the leader is one of the drivers that fell back in that crash. Our new race order will be Matt Webb on the front row with Chris Sanders, Jonathan Foxworth, Kelly McKellen, Brian Angel. Sheltark, thank you for the follow on Twitch, brother. We are having some, if you are on Twitch, you might not hear this, but we are having some technical difficulties over there. So unfortunately, you might need to jump over to a different platform, Facebook, YouTube, or Kick to... to get it to work properly as we get this one back underway. Matt Webb, Chris Sanders, Jonathan Foxworth, Kelly McKellen, Brian Angel. Oh, it looks like there's been a little bit of a tie-up there as well. Matt Webb bringing his car to a complete stop up the top corner there. Very lucky to have not pulled out the caution. Jonathan Foxworth now our race leader. Brian Angel, Chris Sandridge, Kelly McKellen as we get the white flag lap. The B-Bane Bandit, Brian Angel side by side as we come into 3 and 4 for that last time. Looks like the B-Bane Bandit's going to have just that little bit of extra gap, the 17/29 on the leaderboards. He is going to score his first podium start, his first pole position start in our feature here tonight. Jonathan Foxworth, congratulations. All right, why are the results not working? Here we go. That should fix it. There we go. Excellent. All right, so as they line up for Heat 2, we have Matt Webb in 5th. Callum McKellen, Mo Digging Mafia in 4th. 3rd was Outcast Race driver Chris Standridge. Yoda Outlaws Brian Angel in 2nd. But the B-Main Bandit getting the job done and getting that feature start in the final race here tonight, our feature race. All right, the grid for this one is going to be Wayne Bridges and Travis McDonald on that front row. Travis McDonald, of course, points leader. Richard Jackson and Trenton Clark on that second row. And Dawson Potter on that third and final row. Oh, excuse me. Get that one muted for a chance. There we go. Travis McDonald, our race leader in Heat 2. He will look to start on the front row of our feature race if he can win this heat. That is the desire. That is the goal. Wayne Bridges back there in 2nd. Richard Jackson now in 2nd. Wayne Bridges falling back to 3rd. Trenton Clark in 4th. Looks like Dawson Potter did not take the field. Whatever's keeping off the track, Dawson. We hope it gets sort of the 53 over rotated through the turns, has crashed into the wall. That has brought out our caution. It is going to be a bit of a cautious affair. The Legends, they can be a bit tricky to race. As they line up for the pace car to come on through. Brad Hunt over at Facebook Land, thank you for the like. Appreciate you as we're going to get this one back underway. Both heats have had a few cautions so far. One apiece. As Travis McDonald looks to set himself up for a great feature run, trying to secure this Grassroots Racing Series Championship. We've got this race, we've got the 358s, we've got the limited late models tomorrow. All of those points will decide our champion. Only 10 points separate first and second. Oh, another contact there between the 53 and the 92. That is going to extend this one out a bit more. Let's get back up the front. Getting ready for this restart. Let's get the coffee going. A little coffee late. We would have been here by now. No, still preparing the cheese. All right, Travis McDonald, Trenton Clark, that's the front row. Richard Jackson and Wayne Bridges, the second. Off we go, and racing and extended heat 2's have been extended out to a 10-lap race just due to the cautions. Had 2 cautions here as we come around through 3 and 4. Travis McDonald is going to get that white flag. We're going to get this one completed in just a moment. White flag is out. No cautions can be called with the white flag, so Travis McDonald's going to run all the way around into 3 and 4 for that last time. It's a little loose coming out of 4, collects it, gets the checkered flag. He will line up on that front row alongside Jonathan Foxworth here tonight. Let's have a look here. So KHR's Dawson Potter did not take the field, so he finished in 5th. Wayne Bridges 4th. Then Trenton Clark in 3rd. Richard Jackson for Nerd Herd Racing managed 2nd place. But Travis McDonald, our Grassroots Racing Series points leader, takes out the win and gets the other front row start alongside Jonathan Foxworth. All right, this is the grid for our 3rd and final heat race here tonight. It is going to be the other points leader, 10 points behind Travis McDonald. Mike Moniz on that front row with Mike Davis. Tom Land and Mikey Mixter on that 3rd row. 4th row will be Tom Land's son, Matthew Land. Brian Angel there in the chat. Good luck, everyone. Good luck to yourself, my man. Anyone capable of taking this race out, anything can and will happen when we have all, all 15 of these cars on the field. Mike Davis, Tom Land and Mikey Mixter, Matthew Land as well. 5 cars. We are green and racing. If Mike Moniz can take this heat out, he will start behind Jonathan Foxworth on the 2nd row infield line, inside line. But that will give a little bit of an over rotate there. The 30 down into the 99. That is going to be a caution right there. Excuse me, that one caught me off guard there. All right, we're lined back up. Tom Land and Matthew Land on the front row. Mikey Mixter, Mike Davis, second row. Mike Moniz has moved back to the third row. We've jinxed him with the broadcaster's curse. Almost collided there with the back of Mikey Mixter's car. Mike Moniz did. It looks like he had a bit more extra speed and was looking to get back into this race as quickly as possible. Still 2.5 laps to go, so he does have an option to race his way back in if he can keep it tight. The 91 and the 091, our race leaders. 30's moved up into third place. He's right behind Matthew Land. He's going to take on him first. All right, now we've got a battle. Mike Moniz has moved himself up into the second place position with white flag, a lap to go. Can he get that through and under Tom Land's car? He did not a bad job in 1 and 2. Down the backstretch, he's not going to get in there in 3 and 4 in time, though. As, oh no, looks like a couple of cars crashed out on that last turn. Was that the checkered flag, though? I think it wasn't. Let's just have another look at that as they come around. They got to the start-finish line. Oh no, into 3 and 4 here. Mike Moniz drove it in deep. Looks like Tom Land had over-rotated a little bit, but they're not going to let us watch out the rest of that replay. Thanks a lot, team. All right, let's get to the results anyway. Mike Moniz in Team Southern Sim Racing, 5th place. Tom Land finished 4th. Privateer Mikey Mixter 3rd. Mo Diggy Murphy's Mike Davis in 2nd. But Matthew Land sneaks out a Heat 3 victory and gets that top 3 starting position. Let's get to the grid for this 15-car feature race. Might be 14. Doesn't look like Dawson Potter is going to line up. So Jonathan Foxworth and Travis McDonald will be that front row. Matthew Land and Brian Angel on that second row. Richard Jackson and Mike Davis on that third row. Fourth row is going to be Chris Standridge and Trenton Clark. Mikey Mixter and Kelly McKellen on that 5th row. 6th row is going to be Tom Land and Wayne Bridges. Matt Webb and Mike Moniz will round out the remainder of this field. 35 laps, Lincoln Speedway. This is the Knuckleheadz iRacing League's Grassroots Racing Series. This is week 11, championship week. We've got this race, one more to go tonight, and then one tomorrow before we crown a Grassroots Racing champion. Laps. What's the over-under on cautions, folks? What do you think? It might be a little messy. These things do get a bit slippery, a little over-rotating. A little hard to avoid contact of cars and walls. So let's see how we go. Lap 1 just about in the books. Jonathan Foxworth, a few cars there over-rotating. Travis McDonald's going to move into our race lead. Matthew Land up into 2nd. Jonathan Foxworth falls back to 3rd. Richard Jackson currently 4th. Mike Davis 5th. Mikey Mixter 6th. 7th, Chris Standridge 8th. Brian Angel, Tom Land in 9th, and Wayne Bridges 10th. Trenton Clark, Dawson Potter, Mike Moniz, and Matt Webb. Kelly McKellen round out our 11 to 15. We just had a yellow flag come out. Can't quite see on the relative who it was. Might have been Kelly. Let's have a look at Tom passing Kelly for 9th here. Yeah, Kelly just over-rotated, come down into the pit field, and that has brought out our latest caution. We are racing again at lap 3 of 35. Still quite bunched up, some of these guys having a bit of trouble getting those cars set through the turns steadily and exiting out in a happy fashion. So it looks like we might have a bit of a green flag run, so let's just enjoy some racing for now and watch it take place. Another caution has come out. Let's see if the telemetry report this one. Green flag, no, did not, unfortunately. So we'll just reset, get this one all lined back up and go from there. Oh shit, my coffee's here. Doorbell. Fair enough. At least I didn't forget the missus' coffee this time. They did yesterday and I got in trouble. Got in trouble by the boss. Just give me a moment. I'm just going to sort this out real quickly. Red Bull. Sorry guys, I'll be back in the studio in just a moment. Just really need this coffee. Excuse me. Excuse me. Alright, looks like they've got that lined back up. We're about to get back underway, so perfect timing on the sit down, Bob. Just grab that coffee there, put that there. Sandwich, not a roll, but thanks guys. Caution straight back out as quickly as they got it going though. Just mute myself really quickly, just have a couple bites on my breakfast. Give me a moment guys, I'll be back. As they get this one ready to line back up. Let's see if we can get some idea of what order everything is happening in. It's currently lap 6. That was terrible, Bob. So we're about to get this one back underway very soon, though. With Jonathan Foxworth, Richard Jackson on the front row, Matthew Lander, Chris Sanders second, Tom Lander, Mike Menez on that third row, Kelly McKenna and Trenton Clark fourth row, fifth row, Mikey Mixer and Brian Angel, Mike Davis and Dawson Potter on that sixth row, seventh row, Matt Webb and Travis McDonald, Wayne Bridges on that eighth and final row. Right now, this is exactly how Mike Menez needs this race to go if he is to close that points distance that Travis McDonald has. another caution. Single file lineup as we get this one underway. We're not on the lead though. It should have been on the leader. What's going on, Bob? Jonathan the Foxworth, Richard Jack. Oh, hiccups. Matthew Land, Tom Land, Mikey Mixer. Sorry, I smashed through that coffee a little bit quicker than I should have. I've got the hiccups now. But I need it. I need that caffeine injection. Alright, another caution. What is our caution count? We did ask for an over-under. We didn't get a response from you guys, but let's just see where we are at yellow flags wise. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is our 5th one in the feature alone. So just on lap 11 of 35 as we work our way through this race here at Lincoln Speedway, the Grassroots Racing Series Ford Coupe Legends here at Lincoln Speedway. We're back off and racing. Green flag, single file restart to try and get this one underway and racing. Looks like not able to do so. Caution come out pretty quickly. Looks like Dawson Potter out on the track, so it looks like he's gotten into the race late. There he is there, the black and orange 44 machine. So, yeah, just getting that over rotate. You can't plant the foot in these cars coming out of the turns because they will over rotate, unfortunately. quite the cautious affair, the dirt legends here at Lincoln Speedway. I believe this will be our third single file restart. Still single file, but we're still not on the live screen. So let's get over to that, because that's where the racing will be as we go green. As we come live, Jonathan Foxworth, Richard Jackson, Tom Ladd, Matthew Ladd, Mikey Mixer starting in the top 5. Brian Angel, Mike Davis, Travis McDonald, Mikey Muniz, Chris Sarich, the top 10. Trenton Clark, Dawson Potter, Kelly McKellen, Wayne Bridges, the 14. Looks like Matt Webb has retired. Dawson Potter's taken his spot on the track. Apparently we can only have 14 cars. No, I just say that as a joke. That's not true. Caution out yet again, though. This one was a 22, Chris Stanridge, maybe Kelly McKellen as well. Yeah, Chris just over-rotating there. Kelly McKellen not able to get that car around him, so he just brings it to a stop. Off we go. Andrew Racer, John Fox, Tom Ladd, Richard Jackson, Matthew Ladd, Mikey Mixed is still that top 10. Looks like Mike Muniz and Travis McDonald, a very similar position. So points-wise, it's going to favour Travis in that situation for the championship. Well, I went to go to jump to the other cams, but another caution has come out. Almost a halfway mark, lap 15 of 35. Only 15 minutes in the race left. Unless the cautions clear up, we will not get to our race limit of 35 laps, the checkered flag. 30 minutes for the race. We're a little bit over 15 minutes, just about 16 minutes in with less than half of the laps completed. So we will need some significant green flag runs to get us to a checkered flag here. So we're about to get this one under race conditions. Another single file restart. Barney's going to wave that green flag. Lap 16 of 35 underway. Jonathan Foxworth's going to resume the race lead. Tom Land, Richard Jackson, Matthew Land, Mikey Mix to the 5. Brian Angel, Travis McDonald, Mike Davis, Mike Muniz, Chris Stanridge to the 10. We have 13 cars remaining in this race, 11 to 13. Kelly McKellen, Dawson Potter, Wayne Bridges, Trenton Clark in the pits. And Matt Webb has retired. Tight battle there for sort of 3rd to 6th, 7th back there, but another caution has come out. So this one, Kelly McKellen, I would say possibly over-rotating again. That seems to be the order of the day. There he is back there, the white and blue 48 machine. Yeah, it comes in through the slick. Now, I had to check up a little bit to avoid contact. That caused the car to over-rotate. Pace truck leaving the track, lap 18, sorry, halfway mark. 17 in, 17 still to come as lap 18 is about to begin. 35 laps are the total. We do only have about 11 minutes of race time remaining, so not sure we will get... Oh, big crash off the start there. You really have to watch your takeoffs. We can't say it enough. You can't just plant the foot. You will crash. Would think that would be apparent after about 17 laps, but some guys still having some issues with that. All right, we are back racing again. No, we're not. I think we're just getting lined up, or there's been another caution already. Yellow flag is out. Lap 20 of 35. We'll wait for the pace car to catch up, and we can get this one reset. off we go and racing again. Seems to be about 11 yellow flags in this race so far. It has been hectic. There's our 12th. Less than 8 minutes to go in the racing lobby. I feel like we are not going to get to our 35 lap finish here. So we're about to get this one back underway. Let's try and get back up to the leader. What up, Bob? Has it been eventful? Casey McClay, yeah, mate. I think we're on about 15 yellow flags so far. We're at the 25-minute mark. Excuse me, hiccups. 25-minute mark with still, what, 14 laps to go. So I don't think we'll get this one through to the checkered flag situation. Yeah, holy hell indeed. Actually, let's get off the caution cam. I've been sitting on that for a while now just because it's just I keep clicking off it and I have to go back to it. But Jonathan Foxworth, the B-Main Bandit, he has been getting it done. Big battle here tonight is Travis McDonald versus Mike Moniz. There's only 10 points separating them in the championship, but unfortunately for Mike Moniz, he's back down there in 13th. Travis up there in 4th. So it looks like Travis might lock that championship in with this result. Still 2 more races to come. 358s at Eldora. That's up after this one. And then we've got the limited late models tomorrow night. Federated Auto Parts Raceway at I-55. Definitely a handful to drive on dirt. Yeah, it seems to be the guys putting their foot down at the start and not being able to check up as quick when the other cars aren't taking off, or coming in the corners too hard and yeah, over-rotating. A green flag run here. We're up to lap 26 of 35. Still 8 to go, so I don't think we're going to have enough time to get them in. But hey, stranger things have happened. get a bit of a run happening here now. Still 13 cars out there on the track. Quickest one out there at the moment, Tom Land, 18.805. That one looked like. Jonathan moved himself up into second. Jonathan Foxworth got almost a second lead though. There's about 4/10 difference in speed. So with about 5 laps to go, with about a minute and a half to go, it's anyone's ball game here. Travis McDonald might have had the distance had this not gone to the caution so often. But looks like the B-Main Bandit is going to get it done. He just needs to hold on for another 30 seconds. All right, we're at the white flag lap with 30 seconds to go. How the hell did we get here to a checkered flag situation? I would never know. Unfortunately for Jonathan Foxworth, though, as we come around the final turns, Travis McDonald's got that that legend. Oh my God, what a run to the finish line. Jonathan Foxworth is going to be the B-Main Bandit. By 0.19 of a second, less than 200ths of a second difference. Travis McDonald getting that victory. Let's get to our results. Excuse me. All right, Matt Webb finished 15th, Trenton Clark 14th, Wayne Bridges and Mikey Mixter 13th and 12th. Team Southern Sim Racing's Michael Moniz finished in 11th, all but possibly ending his run for the championship. Dawson Potter for KHR in 10th. Nerdherd Racing's Richard Jackson 9th. Outcasts Chris Standridge in 8th. Mo Diggy Mafia's Kelly McKellen and Mike Davis 7th and 6th. Matthew Land in 5th. Yoda Outlaws Brian Angel 4th. Tom Land 3rd. The B-Main Bandit in 2nd. But our points leader and pending overall champion of the Grassroots Racing Series, Travis McDonald, just 2 races to go, gets the win here tonight. Let's get over to the Discord and have a chat. Let's move that one over to here. All right. Ah, there we go. All right, looks like Dawson and Travis just reviewing some things, so we'll just jump in at the winner's room for now and just wait it out. All right, just waiting on Travis to jump up. while he's doing that, let's just check out the situation with the other race. I think the lobby is just about ready to be opened. So we'll register for that one. Just get rid of this screen for a second. All right, we're just waiting for Travis McDonald. He's just currently in the review channel with one of the other admins.
Oh, Bob.
Hello, Travis. Congratulations, buddy. This race, a lot of different stories coming into it. Obviously, the main one being that yourself and Mike Moniz have well, until this race, had a 10-point battle going on for the championship with 3 races remaining. That first half of the race looked like it was going to be Jonathan with the win. It looked like Mike was going to be a lot higher up the table than you were. You're a little bit further down, and that would have made the final 2 races interesting. But unfortunately for Mike, once we've all got to the end here and said and done, you managed to sneak away and chip away at that win. Talk us through that race. It looked like people stomping on the throttle, just that over rotation, that too much acceleration seemed to be the biggest issue out there.
Yeah, the biggest issue was, I mean, these cars really, they get real loose coming out of the corner if you get in the throttle too hard, or they're just a devil to drive. Like,
Yep.
you don't ever know what to expect in them. The main game that I figured out in that race really was just to set your car up, let it slide halfway through the corner, and just baby out of it. And that's what paid off for me, honestly. As you could watch in the replay, how I was setting the corner up and just coasting on the out. That way I didn't overpower it in spin, but they had some room. I mean, you could push them a little harder than what I did. It's just I wasn't about to tempt it any harder.
Yep. No, definitely didn't look like they were. It looked like it was better to keep them in check than it was to push the limits with them in that
Yes.
regard. Because yeah, it did. They looked a handful. They looked like a big handful. We're sort of some of the other races that we've had similar issues in. It seemed like it compounded all of those problems. So sprint cars, the brakes don't work well. So if a car pulls up in front of you, you're not going to stop really that quickly in time. We saw that with the Legends. If you carry too much speed in with some of the cars, they'll over rotate on the turns. We saw that as well. So definitely one of those types of races that really called upon all of your skill set in terms of defensive driving and hitting your marks and things like that. But we got there. I honestly did not think we were going to see a checkered flag. I was looking at the time and the cautions and how much time we had left and what laps were remaining. And you got us home with literally about 10 seconds to spare. But you only just got to that line in front of Jonathan Foxworth by just under 200 of a second. It was 0.019. Was it just let's just go for it and hope I get to the line first? Did you think you had that one won once you sort of got the nose in front?
I thought I had him by a little more, but I took 3 and 4 a little softer than I had been just because I didn't want to spin. And I guess I was running it through my head. Hey, you know what? If I don't get him, second's better than spinning. So I kind of babied it in the last corner.
No, definitely. And you could see that definitely a lot more than any other point in the race. It really looked like you would just get through that turn with little to no hassle and then just get that car to the start finish line and hope for the best. And yeah, it went from being such a crazy race for you guys on the track to presenting one of the more closer finishes we've had in a long time in that regard with that race to the line there. I feel like yeah, John, like he's give himself the B-Main Bandit nickname. It's not one that I've given him, but I feel like, yeah, this race, none more truer for him in that regard. But look, there's a battle going on for championship. You are always going to be putting your best foot forward. You had to. That 10-point gap was never going to be really enough. So with this one there, as I say, Michael has finished 12th. You're up there in first. That is well and truly going to make it. You touch wood. You're going to need a pretty disastrous race over the 358 modifieds here at Rosberg, as well as the limited late models tomorrow at I-55 for Michael to be able to have sort of that shot at that championship. So we won't jinx you and we won't sort of celebrate too soon, but it does look like it's possibly going to be yourself as the favourite for the Grassroots Racing Series. So coming up through all those weeks up into week 11, it really looked like John Bennett was going to be one of the guys to challenge. There was a couple of other guys mid-season as well. Did you see yourself sort of getting to this point, or was there sort of a moment where you were like, hey, I've built a bit of a run here?
Well, I mean, I knew I'd be in the top 3 is what I had in my mind.
Yep.
I believe it'll be a lot closer race, and John may have run off with it if he didn't have bad luck with his computer. I mean, it just depended on what played out, really. I mean, when I had a good race, man, John was always up front battling for it. So, I mean, it would have been a toss-up in a way.
Definitely would. Now, obviously, in saying that, there's a couple of other guys. Give me a second, sorry. My phone has been disconnected. I'm on the online chat with the phone company, just trying to get them to understand a reason and reconnected. They were supposed to do it last night, and this guy is the worst chatter ever. It takes about 10 minutes between messages. I was hoping to have had it done prior to the race even starting, and we're still not even at the actual issue yet, and we're, freaking 40 minutes in? So apologies, I'll get my attention back to where it needs to be. What's the plan for Rosberg 358s at Eldora?
Just hang in there, Eldora. I mean, I'm pretty decent 358s, but sometimes Eldora can whoop my rear end in a 358. I'm going to say if Bud's here and
he is here, yes.
Josh, they do pretty good at this track in the 358s. I think it'll be a pretty hard battle, on whoever wins up front. I believe it's a pretty good show on.
Yep. Well, another 14 cars. So once again, I've had the pleasure of being able to talk to a few of the different admins of the league over the last couple of weeks, and you yourself also deserve, pat yourself on the back. You guys have really put together a crazy 11-week competition that has really sort of kept everyone on their toes. I said there's been some combos there that have just been, I'm sure, hated by people, but there's been combos there that could be hated by one person and absolutely loved by another. So I feel like at the end of this season, all of these guys are going to come out of it in a sense where they've gained something. They've gained knowledge. They've gained a bit of an extra skill set. They've got it running. Now, I thought we still had a little bit more practice time to go, but I just saw they've just thrown it to qualifying, so we won't keep you too much longer, brother. Congratulations on the win. Anything can and will happen on that track, so drivers, please don't give up until that checkered flag is waved, because look, Travis come home and picked up that win on the line. As I say, all but secures the Grassroots Racing Series Championship, but let's get through the next 2 races before we commit to that. Best of luck with this one. Best of luck with the race tomorrow. Before we let you go, though, friends, family, and sponsors, who do you need to give a shout out to for making all this possible?
The lovely kids and the wife, for always supporting it, the shop for giving me the money and opportunity to do it. And, of course, you for, always broadcasting for us, and John for putting on a good lead, and, all the guys in here that, make it happen.
Definitely could not have said it better myself. Okay. Look, congratulations. Get out there, get some qualifying already done. If you're not got the mic on in the car, already doing some laps. I don't see that you are on the track. Let's get him up on the screen, guys and girls.
Yes, sir.
Where is it? This one here. There he is. All right, well, we're going to let you go, my man. We're going to take a quick couple-minute break while qualifying runs. We'll watch you put some times on the board. Best of luck, and we'll talk to you anytime soon.
Thank you, Tom.
That part is up to you, mate. You have a good day.
You too.
All right. Okay. let's try and get down to the track. All right, so as the info says, this is our second of 2 races. Let's get to that part first. Let's see here. Sorry. All right, looks like we're going straight through. So no breaks for Bob today. Straight through to our first of the heat races. This first one at Eldora, the Grassroots Racing Series 358 Modifieds here at Eldora Speedway. Chris Standridge and Jonathan Foxworth on that front row. Mike Davis and Kelly McKellen will be on that second row. Tom Land will be on that third and final row. Standards, Jonathan Foxworth, Kelly McKenna, Mike Davis and Tom Land. Heat 1 of our second race. We've wrapped up the Dirt Legends at Lincoln Speedway. We've now moved over to the 358 Modifieds here at Eldora. So we're going to watch this race play out. Lap 4 of 6. Jonathan Foxworth looking to continue that racing style that we had in our previous race. Was only just pipped at the line for a second place finish, but if he can win this one, he will start on the front row. Pole position for our feature yet again. White flag lap there. Chris Standridge back there in second, trying to catch up to Jonathan Foxworth. But Jonathan Foxworth looks like he will secure his second pole position start for the night. What a run. Kelly McKellen, Mike Davis, Tom Land back there behind him as we get the checkered flag. Heat 1 results as follows. All right, Tom Land in 5th. Mo Digging Mafias, Mike Davis and Kelly McKellen. Geez, they finish close together each time. 4th and 3rd. Outcast Chris Standridge in 2nd. And Jonathan Foxworth, our B-Main Bandit, winning the Heat 1 race. Grid for Heat 2. It's going to be Travis McDonald and Bud Molyneux. Richard Jackson and Wayne Bridges on that second row. Third row is going to be Matthew Land. off we go and racing. Oh, a little bit of wall contact there. Looks like that was Bud Molyneux as Travis McDonald. We're going to have a bit of a replay of the lineup for our previous race. It was B-Main Bandit Jonathan Foxworth on the front row in the podium spot. Travis McDonald secured the Heat 2 win in the prior race and lined up alongside him. Very similar outcome in this one here. Richard Jackson in second, Wayne Bridges a third, Matthew Land currently fourth. Looks like Bud Molyneux's got that race car into the pits. Excuse me. Oh, look out, Twitch bot. Let's give him a while. Heat 2 wraps up. Travis McDonald will win. Richard Jackson there in second. Get the official results up on our screen before we throw over to our third and final heat, before we get to our last of our feature races for today. Bud Molyneux and Venom Racing finished in fifth. Matthew Land fourth. Wayne Bridges in third. Nerd Herd Racing's Richard Jackson in second. But Travis McDonald, our grassroots racing series points leader, will win heat 2 and line up on the front row outside pole for the feature race here tonight. Our last 4 cars to get a spot on the grid. Josh Robertson, Mike Manise, Dawson Potter and Brian Angel. 4-car field. Let's get this one underway. So I just go over to Twitch and get rid of that bot that's in the chat. Settings. All right, we're going to get heat 3 underway in just a moment. Reminder that it will be Josh Roberts and Mike Mears on that front row, Dawson Potter and Brian Angel on that second. Marie in the Facebook chat. Hey Bob, hope you're doing well. Looks like a fun race. Good luck, guys. Yeah, it is a fun race. The 358s never fail to put on a good race, the modifieds. And then here at Eldora, it's just a fun track. So yeah, the combination is just a good mix. Hope you and the fam and the animals are well. Josh Roberts off to a great start there. Mike Manise second. Dawson Potter currently third. Brian Angel back there in that 4th spot. This car's a lot more powerful, but a lot more easier to control than the Legends. So you will see some more competitive racing, but less sort of issues that come out of that. Roberts, Mike Manise. Mike right there did say that Travis, if he did have 2 bad races, Mike might be able to close the gap if he can get some good results. His second place finish in heat 3 will certainly allow him to get a bit of a better up front start in the first half of the grid. As we get to the white flag lap. This is it, the last lap for heat racing action. Oh no, Mike Moniz, we've jinxed him as he hits the wall. No yellow flag's going to come out. It is the white flag lap. We do not call cautions on that one. Brian Angel is going to move himself up into second. Dawson Potter third as Mike Moniz unfortunately falls back to fourth. Let's get those official results up on our screen here. Team at Southern Sim Racing's Mike Moniz unfortunately finishing in fourth. KHR's Dawson Potter in third as the fireworks go off here at Rosberg, USA. Yoda Outlaws Brian Angel in second, but J&J Motorsports driver Josh Roberts is our winner, and we'll start inside pole second row. So with that in mind, our 35 lap feature race here at Eldora Speedway for the 358 modifieds, it is going to be Jonathan Foxworth and Travis McDonald on that front row. Josh Roberts and Chris Standridge on the second row. Richard Jackson and Brian Angel on that third row. Fourth row is going to be Kelly McKellen and Wayne Bridges. Dawson Potter and Mike Davis on that fifth row. Sixth row is going to be Matthew Land and Mike Moniz. Tom Land and Bud Molyneux on that seventh and final row. Looks like Jonathan Foxworth taking a rear of field there. That means the front row will actually be Josh Roberts and Travis McDonald, as that inside line appears to get a one spot promotion. Right, off we go and race 35 laps, Eldora Speedway. This is the Grassroots Racing Series for the Knuckleheadz iRacing League. Week 11, race 4 of 5. Caution has come out. I'm sorry to do this, guys, but I've just got something that's come up really quickly I've got to deal with. It's going to take me a couple of minutes. The joys of a one-man broadcasting booth, nature calls. I will be back in just a moment. Right, looks like there was a caution while I was away. I am back now as they regroup and set back up. Josh Robertson, Travis McDonald. Looks like they're on that front row. Chris Sandridge and Richard Jackson, second row. Third row, Dawson Potter and Bud Molyneux. Mike Davis and Jonathan Foxworth on that fourth row. Fifth row is going to be Wayne Bridges and Tom Land. Ryan Angel, Matthew Land, Kelly McKellen, and Mike Menez round out the rest of our 14-car field. Oh, jeez, it's cold. Still working. All right, off we go and racing 14 cars, lap 6 of 35, 30 to go. Let's get straight down to that racing action. Oh, my throat is yuck. Josh Roberts race leader. Travis McDonald in second. Chris Sandridge third. Bud Molyneux and Richard Jackson fourth and fifth. We're just back behind them with the sixth place. Mike Davis and Dawson Potter battling it out there. Looks like Mike Menez down on that low line as well. 3 wide. They were through 3 and 4 there. Five positions separating Travis McDonald and Mike Menez. Mike needs to swap those orders around. He wants any shot at upsetting that championship run. Now Travis is probably going to lock it in with this finish here tonight, but we're not even halfway into this race yet, so let's not curse him. Lap 15 of 35, a bit of a smoother green flag run this race than our prior one. A lot of little positional battles are going on just outside that top 5 there. Oh, crash has occurred. That might have been Mike Menez. Let's have a look at our telemetry, see if we can pick it up. I think it was this one here, Bud Molyneux. Let's have a look. So there's Bud there, the black car at the front of the pack there, just to the right of the 53. Pops up between the 53 and the 44. Just the 44, just a bit of contact, turns him around, drops him down into the path of the 30. And a couple of those cars unable to avoid that contact as we come through to our latest caution. this one lined up one more time around the track. We'll get this one underway. It's with Josh Roberts, Travis McDonald front row, Chris Down, Richard Jackson second. Third row is Jonathan Foxworth and Mike Davis. Brian Angel and Wayne Bridges on that fourth row. Tom Land and Mike Manise, fifth row. Sixth row, Dawson Potter and Matthew Land. Seventh row will be Kelly McKillen all by himself. Bud Molyneux has unfortunately retired. One of the favourites here tonight in the 358s, unfortunately not able to get it going the way he would have liked. He has pulled the pin on the run. I think Josh has been practicing too much. He was one of the favourites coming into the 358s. Travis did call that out in the prior interview. So we knew he was going to be up there. And he is hoping to get a bit more confident and consistent before we get to the beginning of the new seasons with Knuckleheadz iRacing League, as he will be a full-time competitor again. All right, half away mark, 17 laps still remain in this 35-lap battle at Rosberg, USA. Knuckleheadz iRacing League's grassroots racing series. This is 358 modifieds at Eldora. Competition to Josh there. Chris Dandridge just back behind them, as is Jonathan Foxworth, Richard Jackson. I can see Mike Manise, Mike Davis as well. Probably Brian Angel, Dawson, Potter, as well as Wayne Bridges, Tom Lamb, Kelly McKillen. They are pretty tightly packed up there. Brian Angel, the 99 of Mad Dog, Mike Davis side by side. Mike does have the slight higher line advantage. Brian floats up a little bit. Small amount of contact, nothing crazy, nothing to modify the direction of travel. Casey McLean, we've had some awesome races this week. This race was like me and Josh last night between him and Trav. Yeah, yes. That was some great racing last night. That street stock battle was awesome. Looking forward to the limited late model battle tomorrow at I-55 as well. Standards just there ahead of Jonathan Foxworth. Looks like the 091 Matthew Land has spun out. That will call out our latest caution, lap 26 of 35. All right, getting them lined up. We're not at the right spot for the lineup though, Bob, you idiot. So let's get that fixed up. There we go. All right, this will pretty much be the dying stages. 26th lap will be our starting lap for the Grassroots Racing Series 358 modifieds here at Eldora Speedway for Knuckleheadz iRacing League. It's going to be 10 laps remain. Can Josh Roberts hold on? Can Travis McDonald steal another win here tonight? Let's find out. Josh Roberts, uncharacteristically down low. He's normally a very high line driver. As you see him move right up towards that wall, get that car up high through 1 and 2. He's going to start winding up that speed now on the high line. So you'll see Travis may appear quicker through the turns, but that is Josh Roberts running that high line will just build that speed up and keep sort of winding at that rubber band. So it either gets into the finish line or snaps. Also, Travis fallen back to 4th there as he's moved up to that high line. Chris Standridge and Mike Moniz down on that low line. But relative position-wise, he's moved himself back up in to 2nd. So Richard Jackson having a hard time keeping that car off the wall. Top 5 still Josh Roberts, Travis McDonald, Mike Moniz has made his way up there. Jonathan Foxworth, Chris Standridge. Mike's going to need Travis to fall back down that field though within the next 4 laps if he's going to take any advantage of this position. Oh, the 88 and the 29 contact there. The 88's going to get stuck in the wall. I have jinxed the 88. I am so sorry, Travis. I shouldn't have even brought it up. That is unfortunate. That's going to move Travis back down through the field. Off we go, and a racing at 33 of 35, only a couple to go here. Josh Roberts is going to resume that battle. We're just going to stay up the front with our cams. And watch this battle take place here. Mike Moniz, Jonathan Foxworth battling up there in 2nd and 3rd. Now Chris Standridge back and forth. Richard Jackson 5th. Our race leader though, Josh Roberts. He comes into 3 and 4 for the second last time. It's going to be the white flag lap. No more cautions, no more laps. Mike's got one more shot. It's finger fault now, so he better time at that start perfect. Look, he's in with a shot. It's all up to him right now. Oh no, white flag lap. Jonathan Foxworth is going to affect a couple of other people's races. Richard Jackson, it looks like, as he crashes into the wall. It's a 2-car race. Josh Roberts and Mike Moniz up the front. Josh Roberts will take it out. Mike Moniz 2nd. Chris Standridge in 3rd. Just await the official results. All right, let's go. Results available now, finally. So we know Bud Molyneux retired 20 laps ago, so he'll finish in 14th for Venom Racing. Mo Digging Murphy's Kelly McKellen in 13th. Nerd Herd Racing's Richard Jackson 12th. Wayne Bridges in 11th. The B-Main Bandit, Jonathan Foxworth in 10th. Then we have the Lands, Matthew Land and Tom Land in 9th and, 8th. Points leader, Travis McDonald finished in 7th. Let's get those hiccups through. K. Charles Dawson Potter in 6th. Our top 5, Mo Digging Murphy is Mike Davis in 5th. Yoda Outlaws, Brian Angel 4th. Outcast Racing's Chris Standridge in third. Team Southern Sim Racing at second in championship points. Mike Manise in second, but J&J Motorsports driver Josh Roberts getting the job done. KC McLean in the chat. Congratulations, Josh. Let's get his details on the screen. Let's go have a chat to him. Only one more race in the season. All right, there he is in the booth. Congratulations, Josh Roberts. One heat 3 to get yourself on that second row behind, I think it was Jonathan Foxworth and Travis McDonald on the front row, which was a bit of a rematch from the Legends race. And looked like it was going to be a similar battle, but you've got that car into the race lead pretty quickly. And, oh no, you got promoted. That's right. Why did Jonathan go to rear field at the start?
I think from what I understood, he was telling Wayne that he jumped the start on his heat race, and it didn't penalize him. So he was, hats off to him for owning up. So that's much respect for him.
That's massive, massive respect. One of the few things we do call out with this league is accountability. And we've seen guys pull up. We've seen two cars come into contact. John Bennett and Chris Standridge is one great example where they come into contact in a race, and both of them wanted to take fault. So neither of them wanted to sort of take off and take the race lead again and sort of go. And that's the way it is. You have so many leagues where cars will crash. No one will take accountability, or I'll crash into you and then call it out as your fault because you didn't get out of my way. Whereas here, you literally fight over who wants to take accountability for it. So no, good effort, Jonathan. Good effort, and even better effort there. He raced his way back into it a bit. Was up there for a while with a shot, but just fell back down as well. I think he got caught up in that thing with Travis McDonald and a couple of the other boys late. But what a race! It's two very polarizing races. You weren't here for the Legends race, were you?
No.
No.
I got to watch, I think, the last couple of laps,
Yep.
which it looked like Foxworth and Travis was putting on a show. So
they did. Yeah,
I do love me some Dirt Legends, though.
It was such a strange race. And literally, we got to about 16th lap, and I think we had about 7 to 10 cautions. And looking at the math, there was just no way, even if they did have a standard green flag run, I just thought there was no way we were going to get to the checkered flag in that race. But with like seconds to spare, and it went from being a very challenging race for the guys, turning into one of the closest sort of finishes we've had in the grassroots series for sure. So I was looking for that battle to continue in this one. So we've said to you in the past, you've got one job in this series, and that is to try and maximize the points that you can take away from guys like Mike Manise and Travis. And I think I jinxed Travis because I did say when he was in second that him and Mike really needed to trade positions. With Travis picking up that win in the prior race, if he wanted any sort of shot at him coming into the final race. But I think math-wise, I don't know if it's going to be possible. But as soon as those words came out of my mouth, one of the boys collided with Travis, and that was it for him. So I feel like you owe me just as much thanks than you do your skill set in terms of me jinxing Travis for you. But in all seriousness, when I spoke to Travis earlier, he had two guys that he thought were the favourites. He said if Bud Molyneux and or Josh Roberts is in this race, then they're the guys to watch. And unfortunately, Bud falling out early, he had a bit of a crash that he didn't recover from. So you were the other favourite to win, and definitely took that out. Now, limited late models tomorrow night to wrap the series up at I-55 Federated Auto Parts Raceway. We're going to see you out there for that one.
Yeah, as of right now, I'm planning on it unless something crazy happens. But no, we're
touch wood.
Like I said, my main my main objective was still as many points as I can. Now I've got a new one. I was actually just looking at the points, and I think I'm right on John's heels.
Ooh.
And if I can pass him at the end of the season, I have bragging rights over him. Which, believe it or not, he just now got everything rebooted back up, and we were in there talking the whole race.
No.
Yeah, I think the old band's firing back together. But no, I don't know what's happened with me. I've never, felt so comfortable at any of the tracks I've been at. I'm able to hit my lines almost every lap, and hey baby, I got a little guest in here.
Yeah. Come the cheerleading
But yeah,
squad.
she's coming here to be a pest. But no, it was nice. I got to talk with old John for a minute because it's been a
It
minute since
has
I've got
been
to
a
talk to
minute.
him
Yeah.
on Discord. So you know, plus 5 on speed tonight because I had him in the booth,
Yep.
and then you jinxing. So I mean, it was inevitable I was going to win.
And I think we unfortunately stacked stacked the card against everyone else, and sort of because I did leave you out of the appraisal system. You know, generally when someone's a favourite, you don't hype them up because that's a lazy sort of deal. You know, it's that hill sort of call play by play sort of thing. You pick the favourite because they're the winner. But no, it's that the broadcaster's curse is very real, guys. If you're listening. It is such a tricky thing to be able to talk up something happening in a race and not somehow jinx the other drivers out there. And anything can and will happen. We said that in that prior race. It is not over until that checkered flag. And while you won the race by over almost 0.3 of a second, you really had to keep that foot on it. There was very limited restarts, a couple of different lines that the guys were running. It really looked like it could have been anyone's battle. But I think you need to give props, I guess, to third to sixth, third to seventh, because of how hard that racing was. I think it made it harder for some of those guys in the top 5 to really capitalize on their position.
Oh yeah. Kind of how we kicked off the week with me at Bristol. I was able to hit my lines while everybody behind me duked it out. So tonight it was kind of more rely on my relative Wayne. He threw a knuckleball at us and didn't have any mirrors, which is perfectly fine with me because
Yep.
I don't have to worry. I just run my line and hopefully not drift up. But no, with those guys duking behind me, whatever happens behind me as long as they don't take me out. But no, I have the ball rolling. Now watch the season starts, and I probably won't get a dang win. That's what I'm calling my shot right now.
Chucking the broadcaster's curse at you straight away. Well, Casey McLean, he's either got some criticism or some advice, but it's basically just quit practicing so much. Look, I think.
Well, I mean, if I had real competition out here, I guess
Oh.
last night wasn't good enough. I let you have that win. I was like, you know what? I've won too many the past few races.
Yep.
No. It's anybody knows this league knows that that Ken is bottom dominant and I'm top dominant. So you put us two together and you pretty much have a slider fest the whole race. And I think that's what we done last night
Last night, yeah.
until I screwed up and I went a little too high and I got a little loose. And by then, Kent was already gone. I was like, dag on it.
Yeah,
But no, like I said, I'm on a roll right now. But I know as soon as the season starts, I'm gonna get back to my 5th and 4th and 3rd place finishes and won't see a win till the end of the season. So I'm racking it up right now. So I'm ready to talk crap to John and be like, hey man, you need to collect some wins. My back's starting to hurt.
Well, we have seen people take out championships picking up either just one win, in some instances no wins, just that consistent top 5, top 3 finish will and can get it done. So look, you never know, man. But the good thing is, don't put that expectation on yourself. You won't overdrive it. You won't sort of, you won't put that unnatural pressure on you, and you'll be able to sort of just perform. But no, look, I'm confident that it's going to be a very interesting regular racing season when we do start. As I've said in the past, you've got a couple of guys that came into this competition late, the Yoda Outlaws boys. Brian Angel has done it very well and finished quite high up the board even with that. So I'm really interested to see what they're going to do with a full season under their belt. And I think that there's some guys that may have a certain expectation on themselves and in the race. And I feel like some of these guys are going to be some new competition. So, and we always pick up a couple extras at the start of a season as well. So, I feel like the Grassroots Racing Series has been an awesome prep for that, because it's kept everyone out of their comfort zones. It's put people in some really interesting car classes and track combos, to the point where I feel like it doesn't matter what classes are released in the regular season and what you run, that everyone's going to have had a bit of experience in all of them. And those cars that they're not commonly as comfortable in, they'll be more comfortable and more challenging to race against in the future. So it's going to be this next season is going to be a doozy.
Oh yeah. No, I definitely making a joke about competition. No, if you want competition, this is the the league for you. Literally anybody, starting that race can win it. A lot of the guys capitalize on mistakes. I mean, you can finish fourth in the third heat race, and the consistency in this league is just ridiculous. So no, we definitely have competition. So that's why I'm on my high horse right now, because I know these wins aren't easy. So.
Oh, we lost Josh.
Oh no,
Oh, there we
Levi
go.
came in here. Sorry. But yeah, no, it's always something. We are, I'm excited to start the new season. I'm really shooting to go after some trophies. It's been way too long. It's easier said than done with all the guys that's been coming out, Travis and Mike. I'm curious to see what's going to happen tonight. Not sure what happened with Travis. I think he hit the wall or something. I'm not sure. He was right on my butt from what I could hear. And then next thing I know, I saw Mike. I was like, well, daggone, here's another guy. So I'm curious to see what happens tonight with the points, and if I can steal some more tomorrow, that's what I'm here for. But other than that, those guys have been duking it out, so it's been fun to watch.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping for less than 10-point buffer, so that way it is going to be the finishing order of the final race. But we'll see how we go once the boys have added that up. But tomorrow night, limited late models, Federated Auto Parts, Raceway at I-55 is the final race of the Grassroots Racing Series. We will crown a champion. So just one more race to go. That is tomorrow. Before we wrap this one up, though, and get ready for tomorrow, friends, family, sponsors. Who do you need to give a shout out to, Josh, for making all this possible?
Oh, always the wife, the kiddos that's come in. They're starting to support me now, so it's fun. Seeing their excitement on their faces. All the guys in this league. I say it every time I get on this booth. We cannot have this league without them. Championship week we had 17, 15, 14. We're having awesome car counts. So I think we're finally at a good standing with the league, with the guys that's racing. We don't have KHR without them. The competition's ridiculous. Always a fun time running. You and your broadcast, getting to see all the new little features, and just being able to watch your broadcast throughout I still am big on and watching it during lunch at work. I still do all that. So yeah, but no, John, Travis, Dawson, Kent, Wayne, all the guys who's held the fort down. It's made the league what it is. Thank you to all of them, and hopefully we can go out tomorrow and get a nice little win again, and kind of see who gets crowned champion.
That's it. Well, at this moment, it's between Travis and Mike Moniz. We hope with the points makeup, as I say, that it keeps it sort of within that 10-point buffer, so that way Mike's still within a shot. But Travis has put in the hard work, so if he does run away with it, he has deserved it. The McDonald's have been quite competitive over the last few seasons, and it's good to see Travis sort of following in brother Cody's footsteps and becoming a potential KHR champion. But we'll have to wait till tomorrow night for that one to be decided. Until then, man, congratulations yet again. Enjoy the rest of the night. Say good day to the kiddies for me, and we'll see you on our screens tomorrow. We'll talk to you whenever we can, but that part is all up to you.
Alrighty, man. We'll see you tomorrow.
Talk soon. All right, that was Josh Roberts, our winner here tonight. Team Yoda Racing in the chat. Good racing tonight, guys. It was. KC McLean, that was a blast of a race. It was. Likewise, while very cautious, the Legends race, those last few laps really made up for that and made that a very exciting battle. So some good racing here today. Just one more race to go, though. That is the Dirt Limited Late Models at Federated Auto Parts Raceway at I-55. Join us tomorrow for that one, and then the next day will be the KMKZ Promotions Nationals Hell Tour, as well as tonight, Australian time tonight, 8 o'clock, we will have the 420 Aussim Racing League's GT3 Challenge. So come along and join us for some road course Australian League racing action. Thank you so much to everyone that came out tonight. Team Yoda Racing, KC McLean. Who else did we have? Marie. Brian Angel, Sheltark for the follow, Thomas Dennis, Tombstone 1914, Brad Hunt, Mike Davis, Kelly McKellen as well. Appreciate your support, guys and girls. Love it. Thank you so much for coming and checking this all out. All right, you know the drill. My name's Bob. Love yous all.